Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I tell you, it's hard to believe that it seemed like we just did the 20th anniversary show 2 days ago, and my man Don King was in there with guitar. And Shelby,
wasn't that fun?
Yeah, and Shelby's playing here on her trumpet.
She was
great.
And
so now we're back to the blahs of August here, After,
well, I have to tell you, yes and no, because, we have some great guests today.
Yeah, we do. And so I know that keeps it up. And
we have some special guests, and I mean, our next guest is pretty special himself.
Well, we're going to talk fishing with this guy.
Absolutely.
I had a chance, as I said in the lead-in here, to meet Al McCulloch over at the Billy Ross Doyle Charity Bass Tournament at Pickwick Lake. And we will have Brandon Perkins on this show real soon because Brandon won it that day while they were having the National Professional Fishing League Tournament. And Brandon won that. And then Al stuck around and was the MC for the wonderful event. And Al is the founder.
He is a wonderful MC, too.
Yes. And good morning, Al McCulloch. How you doing?
I got my cup of coffee and ready to go with you, boys.
Ready to go. Well, I'm pretty excited, Al, after talking to you over there and gone through your website and seen some of the most familiar names. Charlie Ingram. Keep going, Charlie. I mean, you talk about a veteran from Columbia, Tennessee. He looked good, but tell our listeners, Al, about the way this originated, because this is your inaugural season. You've had 3 tournaments, or you've had 2? You've had 2 tournaments?
We've had 4 tournaments, and we've got our 5th event coming up here
next weekend in Wisconsin. Next
weekend in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Lake Winnebago.
Well, talk about it, because I know I've heard nothing but positive things about what you call the league. So talk about this.
Yeah, real quick, going back to Charlie Ingram, he's he's kind of like that Energizer bunny out there. He might get a sponsorship from them because he keeps on fishing no matter how old he is.
Doesn't he, though?
Good for Charlie, keeping the dream alive. But, yeah, the NPFL, the league as we like to call it, this is the inaugural season. We've gone through 4 events so far. Started out with our inaugural event down at Alabama at Lake Eufaula, and then we moved up to our next event at Wright-Patman in Texarkana, Texas, which is kind of a new lake that not many people knew about. And,
I know about it. Yeah.
Kind of put it on the map. A little bit smaller lake, but it really produced down there. And, I think it was Keith Carson with just over 60 pounds over 3 days that won that. And then we went down to Harris Chain, and everybody knows how great that fishery is. And the hookup, John Sokup, took home his 2nd title of the NPFL in the first 3 events, so he kind of monopolized it. And, he's a heck of an angler.
Yes.
And then, we hit Counce, Tennessee with Pickwick Lake over there at the Lodge and the local hero, Brandon Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
It was a stingy lake, but he got it done with just over 55 pounds. So it was a heck of an event. It really tested the stamina of the anglers with the heat and everything like that, and that's what's one of the great and unique things about the league is the fact that we've got 2 spring, 2 summer, and 2 fall tournaments along with a fall championship.
That's what Ron had mentioned to me. And, again, we're talking to Al McCulloch. He is the founder of the National Professional Fishing League, and he is based out of St. Louis, Missouri. Am I correct? You never did tell me this, that you're a UT Vol. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. I'm a Vol through and through.
Did you hear
We're
that?
going to keep it a little bit quiet. The last 15 years have been really difficult.
Well, Ron,
if you guys can edit this part and just kind of in there, we'll go there. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Mr. Heupel does with the team here. I think he'll be a good addition. It's been a little rough the last 15 years.
Ron is an Ole Miss fan. I'm a Razorback, and so so you're okay. You're okay. You can talk whatever you want to.
That's right.
But the league itself, Al. I mean, how long did you had to work in this thing?
You've got 2 partners.
Yeah, you've got a couple of guys that are in there with you. I think that are part of this this tournament field that you have put together? I think Brad and Michelle Fuller, are they part of that?
Yeah, Brad and Michelle Fuller are my business partners, along with Paul Benson.
Yes,
Paul Benson of
over there
Cash and Rods.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So all of us, I've known Brad and Michelle probably for about, I'd say probably about 10 years.
Yeah, we had Brad on early.
Yes, we've had Brad on the show. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Good deal. So, we just kind of got together 2019, around August, I should say, September, and just, kind of with all the rumblings with MLF and FLW, that rumor about them buying them and,
yes,
changes and all that stuff. And, really looking at the growth in the Costa/Toyota series and the VFLs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good regional guys out there that there just wasn't enough spots out there between the other organizations. So we said, you know what? Let's see if we can't put pen to paper and work out some details here and, try to keep it as cost-effective as possible for these individuals. And let's put a schedule together where, we can have 6 or 7 weeks in between tournaments, make it easier for them to, with families and businesses and jobs and all that stuff, where they can go out there and fulfill their dream and, let them throw their hat in the high-limit room at the casino and see what happens.
That's why I call it the working man's league, Al, because you set it up to where it's a 3-day tournament and each one of the competitors are in for all 3 days.
Yeah, there's no cut.
And you spread it out to where they can still run their business, because a lot of them are business people.
Yeah.
And they either own their business or managing some business. And it gives them a chance to be with their family, to take their family with them sometimes. But I got to tell you something. All of the feedback I've gotten is so positive about the league.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, Ron. It was a huge endeavor for Brad, Michelle, myself, and Paul to put this thing together. I've been doing fishing tournaments for about 15 years. I cut my teeth with the Terrell family and the Anglers in Action Team Tournament Trail and Big Bass Bash. So they kind of gave me my education outside of the volunteers when it comes to the outdoors.
Uh-huh.
And just to be able to do this on a national level, we get to travel around. I'm looking forward to going up to Oshkosh and seeing Lake Winnebago, see these different lakes, these different towns, these different counties, then also being able to do things in the community like we did with Vic and Billy.
Yes. Yeah.
It really, truly is a blessing.
Now, is there any thoughts in the future to have some kind of a championship where the public can come in, see all of the sponsors that you have, all the fishermen, meet them, and those kind of things?
Yeah, so we are going to announce our 2021 championship here in the next 3 weeks.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, in the next 3 weeks, we're going to announce the location and the dates on it.
Okay.
And, this first year for us, it was all about, and it is all about, and it always will be, about executing the tournament and the logistics of the tournament.
Yeah.
Making sure that we're taking care of the anglers, making sure we're doing right by the county and the city, to build those relationships up for the future so we can go back there, a second or every third year, and we get these tournaments down to where there's a good flow to it. Because a lot of people might not know, and some do know, the uniqueness with our weigh-in period is basically all of these anglers are driving their rigs up to the stage, not a bag and a tub.
Yeah.
So to accomplish that, there are a few hoops that you have to jump through, but the great thing about it is when you've got a crowd there and people can go and watch the weigh-in with Brandon Perkins in Counts, Tennessee, just the amount of volume and the people that were there to watch him driving up with his rig, him and David Gaston going toe-to-toe, and then boom, Brandon winning it with just over 55 pounds. It's great. So the biggest thing for us is running the logistics. But to get back to your championship part, yes, the eventual, goal is to basically have a championship. Right now, 25 guys qualify. Hopefully we'll get to, as we gain sponsors, we can get to 50 guys that can come there, and to have an expo, a 3-day tournament, et cetera,
All right.
that everybody can come down to and see in the fall before winter strikes.
Well, and, another thing I like about your tournaments, too, is that you have some great announcers there at your weigh-ins that keeps the crowd in. I mean,
yeah.
How can you beat Fat Cat Newton doing what he does?
I knew you were going to bring that in. So,
and Luke Duncan,
yeah,
they do a great job for you guys.
Yeah, Luke and David Dudley, number one.
Yep.
David Dudley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at the accolades that he's done throughout his career.
Yeah.
David was struck with COVID last year. Come to find out that he was diabetic.
Yeah.
Which was a kind of a blessing. You can kind of get that silver lining out of COVID there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's really, helped him as far as later in his career. But all the accolades he has, Luke Duncan, what he's done on the FLW Tour, TH Marine, Low Budget Live.
Yeah.
Just the insight that those guys, the way that they play tennis on the broadcast and feed off of each other, is really spectacular. And then, hey, if they need a break, you go to the guru on the water in Fat Cat, and just the way that he breaks down things and his lingo and his personality really draws in the consumer. That my dad. We used to fish all the time and stuff like that down at Table Rock Lake and Lake of the Ozarks, the Uncles, Lake St. Louis, et cetera, et cetera. My dad has seen bass fishing tournaments, but, he's a Bill Dance fan, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But never watched any elite broadcast or FLW or MLF broadcast. Now, he's a little biased because, this is his son's thing. But he always talks about, hey, can we get some more Fat Cat? Can we get some more Fat Cat?
Yes.
So I really kind of see that, kind of that Tiger Woods effect on golf where people didn't really watch bass tournaments.
Yes.
And now you've got a personality like Fat Cat who's drawing them in, which is great for the organization and for the industry itself. Well,
anybody named Fat Cat's got to be good. It's better than Skinny Cat, But hey, before we let you go, and we're going to stay in touch with Al and use some of his anglers. As I said, Brandon Perkins is going to be on here. We'll work that out, but I want to personally thank you. Al stayed over a day, did a great job of being the MC at that charity tournament that Vic Thayer and William Fletcher and all those guys put on, David Best. And the amazing thing about that, Al, and I know when it was all past that Metabucket, almost $1,400 was given to Billy that day. I tell you, I get goosebumps. It was one of the most fun stories I got to write. So I wanted to personally thank you on the radio, Al, for taking time to do that.
Absolutely.
It was a great gesture by you, ran really smooth, and there was a lot of love that day. And I think you picked up a lot of love for the league itself. So thanks, buddy, for doing that.
And also,
definitely appreciate it. Vic and Billy and Will.
Yes.
And a few of the other people, the family members, sister and all that stuff that put that thing together in 3 weeks. It was a great tournament. I'll tell you what, guys, I was talking to Will Fletcher, and I'll let you go on this note because I know you guys got other guests coming on.
Somebody named Bill Dance is after you, Al, so don't worry. I mean, nobody knows him. So you're
going to be a hard act to follow.
Do all right.
Yeah, but what? Go ahead, close it out. What you got?
So I told Will Fletcher, depending on the schedule next year, I said, look, this is something that I want to come down to and be a part of as much as possible with scheduling and everything like that. So I told Will, I said, hey, I got an idea. Let's do this. Let's you and I fish the tournament together. I'll go ahead and do the announcing. We'll be the last boat to go out, and we'll be the first boat to come in. That way we can get in there for the weigh-in. And I can still do the MC stuff, but I can go out there and fish with my good buddy Will. So we're going to see if the schedule works out and then be down there with all those great people. Just a great, great group down there that raised just over, I think, $14,000.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Well, Al McCulloch, thank you, man, and we will stay in touch because we got your cell phone. Okay? All right?
Absolutely. And you tell Bill Dance if he's looking for a new league to come fish in, we got a spot for him.
Oh, we'll do that,
good.
Buddy. Thank you, Al. Okay, have a great day.
Take care, guys.
All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back.